this situation to even occur in the first place. You know, and I think thinking about these things is healthy. It's healthy to encounter setbacks sometimes. It makes sure that you are not, you know, going through life without thinking. You know, that's sometimes the worst thing we can do, is to go through life without even considering our own problem, because sure enough we have them, and if we don't think about them, you know, you can't nip them in the bud. You know, you can't wait until they get so big that they just become a big shield man. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So one thing we can do is we can look at our equipment that we have. We can look at our equipment and we can say, what can we really do? Huh? What can we really do? This demon spear seems like it should be good, right? It seems like it should be good, but it's not. You have things like this occult club. It seems like it's good. It seems like it's good, of course. Of course it does, right? But look at that. It's just a club. It's just a club, right? And that's not good. That's not good. Now, you gotta make sure that you're using weapons that have enough range, that make you feel good, that make you feel like you can actually do something like this. Like, look at that. See, that's not gonna cut it, right? When you're doing that, painting guardian sword, like, what is that? What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. And then you have things like a great sword, you have a flamberge, you have a man serpent, you have a claymore, you have a silver knight's strong sword. You know, you have some things that can be used. Of course, we all do. We all have things like a claymore, right? We can use claymore, we can use a claymore, or we can put our bomb, we can, you know, do some good attacks with that, and that's great. It's great to have that. But the thing is, when you use that sort of thing, oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I thought maybe we would not be able to handle that load, but that seems okay. Is that really that much slower? Is that really that much slower? I don't know. No, we don't seem to be slower. Because that's the main concern with a weapon like that. With a weapon like that, you want to really make sure that you're not going over your weight limit, which is 25% of 66, right? Which is 15 plus 1.5, 16.5, I think. And that goes up to 16, right? And that's not so bad. That's not so bad. So you could have a 6, you could have even a 7 weapon, I think. You could have a 7 weapon if we take off the bow. I don't know if there are any 7 weight weapons, but certainly worth a try, worth a look. Right, because this is 1 weight, right? Whoops. Well, let's just take that off. Let's just take that right off. Things like a whip, things like a giant's halberd, you know, so we could go up as far as 7.5. We could use as heavy as 7.5 and not even feel it, not even feel any different. It's flamberge, a flamberge. It's, you know, I always want can't use that. You always want to use something that is, I think, long enough for you to really get some use out of it. The Uchikatana. The Uchikatana seems like a pretty good weapon. It seems like a pretty good weapon when you go like this. The problem with that is it's very slow, right? It's very slow to do that. And you know, and that's ultimately the issue that we're running into right now. Is, wow, look at that thing. Is that we're not having enough damage, right? So we're not having enough damage. We're not doing enough damage with our abilities, right? And so you have something like this, which seems like it should be good. sure you could. I was pretty sure you could. Hello, Wreck. Hello. Nani to you, indeed. I was pretty sure you could upgrade these weapons. A Titanite chunk, Titanite shard, Demon Titanite, Twinkling Titanite. I think maybe the best thing to do is to, maybe the best thing to do is to upgrade this, right? Yeah, why not? Maybe people will get mad for that, but I just did it once to repair it because they say that that's the only way to repair it, is to reinforce it. So I think that may be our best course of action, you know. So why don't we do that? Why don't we take our new weapon here, our crystal halberd. That will be able to do enough damage to kind of write home about, you know. Take our life into our own hands. Taking it back for the Patriots. How are you doing today, Breck? Are you having a nice day? A nice MLK day? I've been surprised at the number of people who have been like, I didn't have the day off, you know? Like, I feel like most people should have the day off today. It's like it's a national holiday, you know? Bosses don't get it sometimes. Bosses don't get it. They're like, what if you worked instead? Let the people have a 3-day weekend, you know? I say let the people have a 3-day weekend. Everything will still be there. It'll still be there, you know. Whatever spreadsheets or documents or work that needs to be done, it'll still be there. People want to purchase something, they'll be able to purchase it at some other time. It's fine. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that. That's why this weapon is dope. 2 hits for that. 2 hits for that. That's what you want to see, right? When you're busting through this place. Busting through this place, you want to bust through this place for real. You know what I mean? You want to bust through. And it makes you feel good when you're busting. That's the thing about busting, is that it makes you feel good. Still got us. Okay, now he's gonna heal. He's going to heal up all of his health because he's a bitch. He's a bitch who is not very cool. He's a fool that I don't like. I can't say that I enjoy these fellows very much. I can't say that they make me very happy to see. I can't say that they are pleasurable to Excuse me, sir. Alright, let's try our little... Okay, don't you get that thing out again. Don't you get that thing out. Okay, here we go. Delicious water. That's what you really need, you know. You out there, make sure you're drinking water. Out there in digital land, wherever you're coming from, wherever you're watching, make sure you're drinking enough water. Or else you might lose your own humanity. Certainly would not be ideal. Certainly not. Certainly not. How are we doing on our... So with this... 19. Okay. They're really regular over the coals with the durability on that. Sometimes you don't know what to do. Sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know. And sometimes you know you can do it. You know you can do it, and things are just getting in your head, you know. You're thinking about the problem that's one problem away. You know, you're thinking about the problem 2 steps ahead. When what you really need to be focusing on is exactly what you're doing right now. Like, I don't want to think about that guy. I don't think about that guy. We're just thinking about this guy. We're just thinking about this guy right now. That's all we're thinking about. Thinking about him and his big swipes that he does. Thinking about him and how he likes to, well, how he likes to do double swipes when you least expect it. We're thinking about him and just how troublesome he can be. How troublesome this one can be. But we're only thinking about him, you know, we're only thinking about the one. We're only thinking about the one guy, we're only thinking about the one guy. If you're doing that, it should work out okay. If you're just thinking about the one guy, he's bouncing, he's trying to go get his friend to help. He's trying to really make things a difficult time. He's trying to make you think about multiple people. He's trying to make you have a hard time with this thing. And look, you know, sometimes he can succeed. He can succeed in making your life hell. Of course he can. Of course you can. You know. He wants to do that. He wants to tear you down. He wants to make you feel bad about yourself and your life, but you know, you don't have to let them. You're the one with that power. And like, it's not about you, you know, it's about him. It's about him. It's a problem that he's having. He is upset with the world, and he wants to take that out on you, you know? So you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to accept that. There you go. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Oh, and then he goes for the shield slam. Of course, you know that. There, see? And then it's okay. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's no problem now, you know? Drag him over here so you don't have to deal with the spear guy. Like we said, one problem at a time, right? One problem at a time. One problem at a time is all you can handle, and that's okay. And when it gets to be too much, you die. When it gets to be too much, sometimes you die. And that's just how it is. Life tries to beat you down. Life tries to beat you down like that. But you just keep on going. You just keep on going, and just grind that humanity out. You just grind that humanity out, and you use that humanity. And you say, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do it. It's fine. I'll do it. And you're getting better every time, right? Are you getting stronger? Not necessarily, because you're not gaining resources. In fact, you're mostly losing resources, but you're gaining the power of the mind, and that's the greatest power of them all. Some would say that's the greatest power of them all. It's the power of the mind power, and you're getting the mind power as you go along in your journeys. Gaining mind power every day. Gaining mind power every way. Mind power for you and me. Mind power. Hooray, whoopee. Folks, I apologize for my poor performance. I know you come to expect professional play when you look at this ASMR Dark Souls stream, this ASMR Dark Souls playthrough. And sometimes you just get into a part that really gets you. I mean, we got through, think of it, just today in this session, we got through this whole part with the archers going up that pathway in the church. We got through the whole church, all the way up to the boss. We did all that, We did that, and that's something to be proud of. It's something to feel is an accomplishment. It's something to feel is worthwhile, worth being proud of your accomplishments. Don't discount that because there's something else. There's always going to be something else. Always going to be something else you have to do. There's always going to be another challenge. There's always going to be another Iron Man that you have to fight. So don't feel dismayed if you don't get it all. Take pride in your accomplishments. Take pride in the things you have been able to do. This man jumping up against the wall. worse at Halloween. Okay. And then what? And then you just have to go. Just try again. You know, we've never once fallen for this trap of falling down this hole. Not once, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. That not once we've fallen for that. The thing that I feel the worst about, if I can level with you, the thing that I feel worst about is the humanity. Spending all that humanity. Because I know that that's a hard resource to come by. I even feel a little bit bad about spending the humanity to get that bonfire going. You know, I thought that would be the one that we'd have to take the boss from, but it seems that we're taking the boss from this one, so. I don't like when it goes through his legs. I like when I go through his legs, but I don't like when he goes, my spear goes through the legs. I don't like that one so much. But look at that. No big deal. Got that one, no big deal. The sweep. The sweep. Don't want to get that sweep. Don't want to get that sweep. You want to get nice and easy. J-Rod is here. Hello, J-Rod. Hello, J-Rod. Long time no see, fella. Long time no see, buddy, pal. How are you doing? This guy, I don't even know what he's doing. Oh yeah, melatonin always helps me. You want some rain? Yeah, let's go for some rain. I feel like I could use that too. Let's check that. Let's get some rain going.